Hi Libra, welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique. Welcome to your November 2024 tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of November. This is a big month, as I think I have been saying since about August, Libra, but we just came out of your eclipse, which was back in October. Here in November, we are going to have Pluto moving back into Aquarius for the next 20 years, as well as Saturn and Pisces in retrograde will end. Mercury and Sagittarius will retrograde, and some of the biggest news is the U.S. presidential election will occur, and during that time we will have Mars in Cancer retrograding back into Leo and opposing Pluto. So that is going to be huge for the entire world. So a big November coming up. Check the description box below for all of the important dates, and let's get right into it, Libra. You start off that first week of November with the 10 of Cups in the reverse, as well as the 4 of Swords. Second week of the month finds you with the 8 of Swords in the reverse, as well as the 10 of Pentacles. So already 2 10s on the ground, both looking like they're focused around your family, Libra. Third week of the month finds you with the 2 of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Chariot card, Cancerian energy there. That's your first major arcana that you have. And lastly, the Emperor. That is Aries energy there, that we just came out of that Aries full moon around October 17th, and 2 of Pentacles in the reverse at the end of November. So very interesting to see. It looks like you might have an important decision you need to make at the end of the month, Libra. But let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for you in terms of coming out of the month of October. Spirit, if you can send my Librans a card representing the energy they bring into the month of November. And you have the 3 of Cups. So Libra, for many of you all, the month of October could have been filled with celebration or getting together with friends, family. People were getting along, especially because you all did have your Libra New Moon. And remember, you all focus around relationships. So this could have been a really positive time where you were planting new seeds of intentions of spending more time with your family and friends. This really looks like a positive energy that you bring into the month. I do think, though, that the month of October could have been very wearing on you. I do think with that eclipse season, we had that Pisces full moon, and then we had your Libra new moon eclipse. And during that time, you could have worn yourself out. So please pay attention to your health as you come into this month. Even though this is a really positive energy, I can see that first week, you definitely have some type of needing to take a break with that 4 of Swords, and that 10 of Cups is in reverse. So there could have been some type of energy where people in the family maybe weren't all getting along. But let's pull one more card before we attach an outcome. Spirit, if you can send my Librans a card representing an oracle message for the month of November. And you have Prosperity Begins. Now, Prosperity Begins, I love, because obviously who doesn't want to see an abundant tree with this, bulb down here growing in abundance, and pretty soon this is something that your family is going to enjoy in the future. I do think that this has to do with culminations of generations. Possibly you are looking to start some type of nest egg with your partner. Possibly you are coming into some money or an inheritance. There's something here where maybe you don't have this tree growing yet, but you and a partner are trying to make it so. And I do think that this is going to be a big month for you, Libra, in terms of where it is that you and your partner are trying to make more money or trying to be more prosperous. Because I do see, as we come into the very beginning of the month here with this 10 of Cups in reverse and 4 of Swords, this is around that Mercury and Scorpio opposite Uranus and Taurus on October 30th that we ended October with. So some type of money news could have come in at that time. time, but a Scorpio New Moon on November 1st, and then Mercury trining Mars and Mercury entering Sagittarius on November 2nd, I do think is going to bring up some kind of conversations around where is it that you all need to spend less time and where you need to spend more time. I do think that many of you all have been working with your spouse or a family member. This could even be business colleagues or business friends around what have you all been possibly putting too much time towards and wasting your energy, and where is it that you need to put more energy into how to have money, how to be more prosperous. And that's what I'm feeling this first week of the month. Make sure that you are planting seeds of intention at that Scorpio New Moon on how to bring in more funds as opposed to spending more. And some of that could be around resting. Some of that could be around not expelling so much energy in order to get an outcome, Libra. And I do think after you're coming out of this October, this is going to be a big month for you, Libra, to really figure out where is it that you feel good about your health and your resources. Now, as you come into the second week of November, this is when we have Mars in Cancer opposite Pluto and Capricorn at 29 degrees. Now, this is when we are leading up to the United States presidential elections. And I will tell you, pay attention to anything that is coming up for yourself in the news. This isn't so much about the election. It's more about the astrology around what happens on the mundane stage as well as yourself. I do think many of us with that Mars in Cancer opposing Pluto at that last degree of Capricorn, it's going to be some kind of almost like a fight, meaning like Mars is not strong in Cancer. There's something here where your family is coming together in a supportive way, but you're not feeling it in terms of you don't see where this is going. Maybe your family has one idea and you have another. Mars then enters Leo on that same day. So Mars then gets more traction. And I do think between you and your family coming up with some type of ideas around family, how to make more money, how to bring in more money. This could also be around you all spending more time together. That's what I just heard, or possibly vacationing in the, for the holidays. Something here there's not all agreement about. And I do think that that November 3rd through November 7th is going to be a little hairy for many of us. I do think on November 5th, though, we do have Mercury in Sagittarius trining the North Node in Aries. And that is that USA election day. So pay attention to what conversations come up for you as well as on the world stage, okay? That Mars and that Pluto energy is going to be really interesting because that's going to be those last degrees of Capricorn in Pluto. And I have a feeling it's going to go out with a bang, Pluto is, before moving into Aquarius. Okay, so we get to November 7th, Mercury enters its retrograde shadow. November 11th, Venus enters Capricorn. And then on the 15th, Saturn retrograde ends in Pisces. For some of you all, I do see that you all have been trying to steer your conversations, steer some type of relationship, or for those of you who don't have a family and maybe you have been dating, there's something here where there's a relationship that's going in a different direction than you intended. And Spirit is saying, trust the process. You may not understand it all right now. It may not be going in the direction that you were thinking, but with that, Venus entering Capricorn, conversations may steer you in a different direction. And maybe this is where the prosperity begins, conversations come in. Maybe this is where you all start talking more about your goals together, what you all plan to do for 2025. I would use that energy in that way as opposed to a combative energy. I do think by the time you get to the 15th, when Saturn retrograde ends in Pisces, and then we have a Taurus full moon on that same day, you could get some type of ideas around money making prosperity with your partner or with your significant other, but don't try too hard to steer the conversation. That's what I keep hearing. Like, make sure you're being very fluid through this time, Libra, because it feels like each week you have these different things with different people, and it feels like that 10 of Cups, this 10 of Pentacles, this 2 of Cups, you're constantly working with other people. And by time you end the month. Now it's just you. The Emperor, the Two of Pentacles. This is now Pluto moves into Aquarius for the next 20 years on November 19th. So that's really big energy. The 21st, the Sun enters Sagittarius, and then Mercury retrograde begins in Sagittarius on November 25th until December 15th. During this time, this Aries energy, Two of Pentacles, both in reverse, you all could be looking at some type of power play going on, either with you, with your spouse. This could be around those conversations you started the month out with around money. There's this kind of tug of war back and forth with you and your family this month, Libra, and you're going to need to pay attention and pick your battles wisely, because I do think that this energy will subside once we get into Sagittarius season. Sun comes in November 21st, and once we move to December 1st, we have a Sagittarius new moon. So don't be too quick to make a decision right here with this Emperor and Two of Pentacles in reverse. It just feels like you don't have all the information now that Mercury is retrograde, okay? So be patient. I do think that this is going to be a month of, even though in October, maybe you had a really great conversations with friends, family, I do think there's more tension here coming into November, especially with a lot of Scorpio energy, especially with all that Pluto, Capricorn ending, moving into Aquarius energy. So it's going to be an interesting month, Libra, but I do think this prosperity begins and your family dynamic is huge this month. So take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs, and I'll talk to you later.